Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Scary here. Today we're going to be doing a new kind of theme for our commentary videos. We're going to be starting a hardcore world where we're just going to be playing some Minecraft while talking, just so I could stay focused on the topic at hand and tell you some amazing stories. Anyways, as you guys can see of the title of this video, this is a kind of a meme, but definitely not for the topic. You know, no one was hurt, obviously, in the story. But a slight trigger warning. But today we're going to talk about the time my school was on lockdown for a school shooter alert thingy. It was a pretty insane story, and I'm going to just kind of break it down. It all started in the 8th grade, all right? There was a young scare walking the streets of, well, not streets, I guess, the halls, per se, of middle school. This was a 6 through 12 school, just so you guys know. And it was just like any other day until a teacher was looking out of the hallway and saw someone leaving the bathroom with a duffel bag. Okay. Now they presumed there were some dangerous things inside of this duffel bag, so they went back inside, and just, this is around like 20, I don't even know, 2018. I really don't know the year, I'm gonna be honest, but it was a while ago. Okay, it was a long good bit ago, and the entire school like immediately went on shutdown after the teacher blared an air horn, and we all immediately started hiding under our desks. And then, after 30 minutes, we didn't really know what was going on, right? And then they go on the intercom and kind of say, "Hey, this is not a drill. This is not a drill. Like, shooter alert!" And the entire school got filled with tons of cops in the perimeter. And this was like pretty terrifying for me, because this was around the time there was like another Florida school shooting. I forgot what was the high school name. Oh my gosh, it was super big, all over the news. 20 people injured, like multiple deaths. It was really insane. And this was around that time. So this was kind of like peak beginning of school shooter shenanigans. Also, this is insane. Oh my gosh, we got the cherry blossom biome. Like, this seed's insane. I didn't even put a seed in. Anywho, crazy ridiculous timing for this, and we were just sitting underneath the table. And I remember seeing like a lot of my classmates sobbing and stuff. It was pretty traumatic, I'm not gonna lie. And for me, I was like, in my head, I was truly like, you know what? Nothing bad's gonna happen. Nothing, I've lived my whole 15, 14, or whatever old I was, 13, 14 years, no, nothing horrible happening. I'm sure I'll be fine. And there was a point after I started thinking that where I stopped thinking that. I was like, okay, wait, these people are having serious reactions. The timing is pretty crazy that all these other shootings are going on. I could actually just get freaking blown a cap into my head right now. And it was really, really traumatizing. Anywho, the school left lockdown. Okay, we almost just passed away in our hardcore world. They ended the lockdown, and we were able to continue our classes. Yes, that's right. They didn't cancel school. No. They were just like, all right, back to your classes, back to learning and education. And, as every 8th grader does, we don't like education, right? So we're like, please, any excuse to get me out, please. And I called my dad, told him the situation. He was like, all right, I'm picking you up from school. This is ridiculous. And he went to pick me up, and there was a police officer that was like stopping my dad a little bit, and he was like, you don't have to pick your son up. We got everything controlled. Everything's all handled. Like, we're good. The class is good to continue. My dad's like, no, like, get my son the freak out of school. Like, what are we doing right now? And the cop was trying to like insist, but my dad ended up winning, and I ended up getting to go home. It was pretty epic. And I actually ended up finding out a lot more of the backstory regarding the person that came out of the school bathroom with a duffel bag. And apparently this individual was like literally making threats. Maybe they thought they were like a funny teen, angsty teen, giving school shooter jokes. Oh, don't come to school like on this day. And apparently it was that day. And, he kind of set himself up for failure here. He didn't actually bring any weapons or anything like that. It was technically like nothing actually happened. Nothing bad was going on. But, thankfully they took the precautions in case there was some crazy stuff that he was going to do. Anywho, I forgot what happened, and we got like tons of detention. And I actually remember there was another story alongside this one where I'll sum it up short. I might leave it for video, but just to like sum it up without spoiling it, I ended up in detention, and I was actually in detention with this individual who caused the entire school shooting incident that day, which is pretty diabolic, pretty crazy. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like button down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.